Hi and welcome to Winners Corner. Midsummer weekend is upon us and traditionally we then have the V75 round on the Midsummer Sunday. This means that in this program we focus on Midsummer Saturday. We have a Grand Slam 75 round from Rättvik racetrack. But the quality of the races is still very good, Harry. Lots of British Crown races.
Absolutely fantastic. The best of the crop for 3-year-old and 4-year-old. So we're really seeing some fantastic horses that we're going to be watching as superstars hopefully in the future.
Yes, and we start off this day in a British Crown race for 4-year-old mares in race 5. That equals the first leg of the Grand Slam 75 round. And here we have one horse that has earned almost as much as all the other horses in the field. And we're talking, of course, about number 12, Dibaba. What a horse. 3 straight wins this year. Absolutely fantastic.
This filly you can't help but love. She's got a name that really is synonymous with a great athlete. She herself is a great filly. And Roger Valman, the trainer, Örjan Kihlström up, they regard this as one of the best fillies they've ever had, and that says quite a bit.
But in this race, though, betting-wise, what do? We can't really place a win bet on Dibaba.
No, despite draw 12, she's going to be an absolutely massive favourite, and rightfully so. I don't think she can be beat. But what I have done is I've done a bit of research, and I found another horse, number 2, Jolly Couer, Dennis Bongberg, who comes from Germany. He's had successful raids up here in Sweden. I think the Swedes start to know that when he comes, there's certainly a winner or two there. Torsten Tritz is usually the trainer, but Dennis, at any rate, is a good driver. He's won in Sweden, and I think he could give us a really good Quinella power today. And on Saturdays.
And you've been very successful with your Quinellas the last couple of weeks. So we go for this Quinella here in race 5. Horses number 2, Jolly Couer, and number 12, Dibaba. We jump to race 8, and it's a long-distance race over 3,140 meters. The horses are divided up over 3 tiers, and it looks as if the favorite here will become number 1, Son of God. He's never been out over this long distance, Harry. How easily do you think that the other horses will catch up with him? He's on the first tier.
I think it's going to be difficult. Even if they do, he likes company. This is a really strong horse. He hasn't run the 3 laps before, but I don't have any doubt about his ability. And with a name like Son of God, well, bring on the preacher man.
Okay, then. Betting-wise, what do we do here?
Yeah, a Quinella again. I'm getting rather cocky in my Quinellas, and I really feel here we've got an outstanding chance of getting 15-20 to 1. And I'm taking out Jürgen Westholm's Setter, which seems to be totally ignored in the betting. And I really warn everybody, watch out for Setter. This is a horse. His results don't show that much lately, but I can tell you right now, if you watch the film I've picked out for you, have a look at him finishing there, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be Son of God and Setter going together past the line.
So another Quinella bet suggestion there in race 8 on horse number 1, Son of God, and number 3, Sette. We go forward to race 9, and this is another British Crown race, but this year is for 3-year-old mares. What have you found for us here?
I found a horse that comes from Finland, Thomas Korvenova. When he travels from Finland to Sweden, you know that he's got pretty good things in his baggage. And I looked at this straight away and I saw it and I think, Royal Boko, you cannot leave him out in Royal Boko. And Thomas Korvenova, this is a guy that knows what it's about. He's won so many classic races here in Sweden. He's a top-class trainer. And I say, coming here to Sweden, it's a really good each-way bet. You're going to make some good money if you bet him.
This means that we will have a win bet here in race 9 on horse number 5 in Royalty Boko. Now, on to the daily double. And DD1, it is a British Crown race for 4-year-old stallions and geldings. And you have a winner here for us, Harry, that yet has not raced this year. Correct?
Absolutely, and I'm talking about Villian, the winner of last year's Criteriate. Can you believe it? As a 3-year-old to run that distance in 1:12. Here's Jorma Kontio, Timon Irmas, and my hair is standing up in my arms when I see this horse, because this is the one I rate as better than Redley Express, and it is the next Redley Express. It's the next Maharaja.
Wow. So no hesitation from you there at all in banking number 11 William here in the first DD leg. We move on to DD2, and this is a race for the millionaires, basically for the horses that have earned between, in this race, 2 and 16 million Swedish crowns. Horses well known, On Track Piraten, Lionel, Charua for Line, Quairfish. Who's your favorite out of these ones?
Well, this is Lionel, but as I say, my heart is always there for On Track Pirat, and note that he's got Johnny Tucker again in the Salski, which is good to see him coming back now and again now. But quite seriously, Lionel with Göran Antonsson here, you see him finishing like an absolute rocket. He actually wins his qualification to the elite race, and for me, there's no hesitation. 11-2, but what a great race it is, and you know, congratulations to the Rittvik track to be able to get horses of world star status here, 11 Villian and 2 Lionel Eno. That's quite an achievement.
And we have one single combination for the daily double this Saturday. Now, on to the Grand Slam 75 round. 7 races to solve, and Harry thinks that this is the way to do it. We start in V75-1. We've talked about this race earlier, and even though you did recommend the Quinella on number 2, Jolie Kerr and Dibaba, here, no hesitation in banking number 12, Dibaba.
Absolutely no hesitation at all. She's a banker, finished and klar.
The second leg is a British Crown race for 3-year-old stallions and geldings. 10 horses in the race. You mark 6 of them. Is there anyone you're particularly fond of here?
In this particular race, Crash X. Now you're going to laugh at me. I mean, but Ulf Eriksson driving. Have a look at this. And we're talking about a 2-3% shot and quite an interesting horse. He doesn't give in easily at all. And Crash Axe from the Melander stable, I think this time is going to be right up there with him. And let's hope that we get an outsider in there and we start to dream about those millions that are waiting.
We surely would in that case. When we move on to the third leg, and this is the only sprint race in the round, Class 2 race. You mark 4 horses. The lead is always important in these sprint races. Is there any one of these 4 that you've chosen that's going to take it?
I think number 4, Xanthi Business with Leif Vitasp is very fast out. I think Radagast, Oscar J. Andersson could also be a contender, but I think definitely in this race, number 4, Xanthi Business.
In the fourth leg, we've already talked about number 1, Son of God, and number 3, Set Your Quinella suggestion. But here you add on a third horse, number 4, Hövings V-Power. How come?
Because I think he's a good horse in good form. He's got a driver that Ulf Olsen up this time, replacing Matsius. And as I say, he's a very, very, very capable customer. And I took the Quinella 1-3 and Son of God I believe in. But if there are 2 horses that are going to upset the apple cart, it's number 3, Seta, and number 4, Hövings V-Power.
Okay, the fifth leg, you suggested that we place a win bet on Thomas Korvenoya's number 5 in Royalty Boko. But here, you double the system with number 7, Up to Me. Tell us a little bit about this horse and why we have to have her on the system.
Well, because I think if I'm wrong about 5 in Royalty Boko, and I don't believe I am, I think the next best is number 7, Up to Me. 2 Flair Delish is also very, very capable, but I've gone up on the form, and Klaas Wörström seems to be in great driver form at the moment. I think even although that draw 7 is a tough one, she's certainly got form and class and a driver in good form. Well, that makes for me one that deserves to be in the system, as I really feel more especially to take an extra one to safeguard our system. We've got that banker coming.
Yes, and that is the banker in the 6th leg, number 11, William. Say banker as you had on your DD suggestion. Then in the last leg, you add a few horses to Lionel, your DD banker, and that is number 4, Shero Forlan, and your favorite, number 8, On Track Piraten.
I do that basically, again, as I say, I've got two really fantastic bankers in the system, Diababa and, as I say, we've got Villian. And really it gives me the opportunity to take a few extra horses where normally I wouldn't have. And it's just to feel a bit safe. And on-track Pirat, and he's getting a little long in the tooth, but he shows us time and time and time again. And what's more interesting is he's virtually on his home doorstep. And as I say, on-track Pirat is a horse for the people. Makes me feel so good when I see this horse, and seriously, I'd feel bad if I left him out.
Okay, then we have 432 combinations for the Grand Slam 75 system this Saturday. Our website is, as you know, SwedishHorseRacing.com, and there you found out lots of interesting information about Swedish trotting and horse betting. And with that, we wish you the best of luck with your bets now to this midsummer Saturday at Rättvik racetrack. Bye-bye.